How's the bye week for you?
It's pretty good. Pretty smooth.
So what's the biggest thing that you want to, when you reflected over the bye week, what's the biggest thing that jumped out to you as you kind of approach the second half of the season?
We got 8 games left. I mean, nothing really jumped out to me for if I'm being honest. Really just getting a moment, having a free of mind, and get my body right for a minute.
What's it like having Burrow back out there? I know he's not in 11 on 11s, but just to have him out there during practice.
Feels good having him out there. I like messing with him now that he's back. I can usually do that when he was injured, but just having him out there is just good. It's just best for everybody. You know what I'm saying? The energy feels good for the whole offense. Just making sure he's back. So he definitely puts smiles on people's faces.
How involved is he? How involved is he during these practices?
He does like I think Indy. I don't really know like what else he does besides Indy, but he don't do like no team drills or nothing like that. So majority of the time he just like doing his own stuff on the side and then coming to practice.
How do you mess with Burrow?
I bump him, headbutt him, punch him, whatever I can.
Kind of like a brother, like an older brother.
I treat him like my little brother though. I like bullying him a little bit.
Does he? I mean, he's not one to take a lot of that. I mean, does he ever hit you back?
Once I start throwing punches, that's when he's interested into fighting. Yeah. He like UFC. Yeah, you say it again.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think it takes a couple punches for him to land, for him to then like, all right, let's get it.
I just think he liked the motion of punching and kicking. He's such a UFC fighter, so.
Did he clue you in? Did you know he was getting close, or were you surprised that some people?
When he practiced?
Yeah. Did you know he was?
I didn't know he was practicing. I was surprised. I just seen him putting his stuff on. I didn't know what was going on.
When did that start? When did you start messing with him? Did you do that at LSU?
Hell nah.
Why not?
He didn't talk to nobody. And I ain't really know him either. I'm not gonna push somebody's buttons if I don't know him yet. I just mess with him every here and there. But like now it's like I see him. We don't talk in the morning sometimes because it'd be so early for me. And then once lunchtime comes, we start talking a little bit.
It's not really till you got here did you start being the type to mess with Joe a little more.
I want to say just his last year at LSU.
Yeah.
Felt like we had a lot of just a bond.
Practice only, or we push his buttons, get him going during games.
Maybe if we score that drive, I might say some slick shit. Some slick words to him. Sorry.
We're all adults.
What's obviously a big game against the Steelers coming up. What would that mean to be able to sweep them and kind of get some momentum back after kind of how the seasons went, especially these last couple of weeks?
I think it'll be good just to get our momentum back after those past 2 games we lost. Just knowing the feeling of how it feels to lose and win. Knowing after some games we're supposed to win, so just having that feeling of losing, I think we don't want to feel that again. So we got to have the mindset to win this game because that's where we want to be for the AFC.
Does it help having Flacco on your team, knowing that this will be the 3rd time that he's played them this season? Does that help at all for you guys, or?
Yes, but that's more of a quarterback question. I'm not in the quarterback room. I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, does he talk with you guys, like if he notices something now?
No, not really, no.
You're just not a talkative guy?
I mean, good job. Pretty much what we get usually. Let's go.
Have you looked at the tape with Ramsey going to safety? What does that mean for them? How does that change them? What's it mean?
I mean, he just really showing how versatile he is as a person, as a DB. You know what I'm saying? And I think I think he only moved to safety because it was a change on the back end. So I'm not really sure 100% what's going on, how they doing that. But he's just showing off how versatile he is.
Does it make him different? Does it make him different how they play?
I don't think so. No. I think he had a couple snaps of safety when we first played him. Actually.
I mean, he probably won't cover you as much now, right?
Probably not, but I'm sure he's gonna want to.
What do you think about Porter, his game?
Handsy, real handsy.
You were up against him a lot in the first game. Did you feel like Do you like that matchup for you with guys that are like?
I like any matchup with me. I mean, it don't really matter. I love the game. I love competing.
Jamar, this team has had to climb its way out of a hole before. I mean, last year 4-8, you guys got back to 9-8, even if it wasn't the playoffs. For you personally, how difficult is it to just mentally grind out of where you are to believe this team can turn it around?
It's gonna take a lot of will to do that. Just being positive as I can, you know what I'm saying? Try to get everybody on board and just practice the same, practice hard, come to work the same day, consistency, and just trying to get all the guys on the same page. And just, you know, we all want the same thing, so we gotta all want the same desire and work for it.
Because going through what you went through as a team last year, like you said, 4-8, and getting to the point where you won 5 straight, does that give you hope, inspiration, kind of thought that we can do this again if we just grind?
I mean, yeah, it's a whole bunch of ways you could look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's the NFL also. We getting put in these situations for a reason to see how tough we are on the back end. So I mean, as long as guys come together and as long as we focus at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Would you say the team is still together?
Yeah, I don't think nobody left spread apart or anything like that.
What was your demeanor like when you got to LSU in terms of like your how you were with the other receivers with the team? How were you like when you got in as a freshman, and how did that grow the longer you were there?
So my situation was a little different. I had me and Terrence Marshall was number 1 and number 2 receivers in Louisiana. So coming out of high school, we was battling for a spot off like immediately. You know what I'm saying? We put in the same position, backed up behind each other, and we was competing. And then they had Racy McMatt, D. Anderson. They had Stephon Sullivan. They had a lot of receivers at that time. We was really packed at receiver, and I just wanted to just go in and just work, bro. Just work my butt off and just make sure I had an opportunity to get on the field. And I think the first game was my first game was my first touchdown too. So just getting an opportunity.
Was there an extra chip on? I remember that recruiting class well. Terrace was the guy in that class. Nationally, was that an extra chip on your shoulder to go and improve that, like, hey, you know, I'm just as good as this guy was?
No. I mean, I wasn't really competing with him at the end of the day. I was competing with myself. At the end of the day, I still know how good I was. And back then, man, I wasn't really hoorah and excited for, like, number 1 in the nation, number 5 in the state and stuff like that. I wasn't really worried about it because I played against those guys every day. You know what I'm saying? So I knew how good I really was at the end of the day.
So if you guys win, you're 1 game out of first. You lose, you're 3 out, 7 to go. Does this feel like it has a must-win element to it?
Yeah, it's a must-win. If we want to win the AFC, 100%, yeah.
You approach it any differently because of that?
No, I mean, you can't approach another game differently because it's just a must-win game. You got to approach every game the same. You want to win every game, so you got to approach every game the same.
How has Pittsburgh changed up their coverage on you, if at all?
A lot of disguises. Usually the past couple of years has been like usually man 1 high. You know what I'm saying? Play a little 3. But this year they mix around with some cloud, showing a little quarters every here and there, a little 3 buzz, some 6 strong sometimes. So they throw around pretty much a little bit of everything just because they know what kind of DBs they have on the back end.
Does it pretty much come down to man? I mean, they show you a lot of stuff. Does it pretty much come down
To making a play when it's time, yeah.
Why have you taken a lot of guys when they become captains? You don't see a big difference. It seems like it's meant a lot to you and kind of changed the way you approach things. Why has that been the case for you? Why has that meant so much to you?
I think the only thing that it changed for me was just being vocal. I don't think it changed nothing else, if I'm being honest. Everybody can tell you I'm the same every day. I do the same. You know, I act the same. I'm just a little more vocal now than I've been these past couple of years, just because I really had to embrace that role, just because Joe wasn't here and just because a lot of guys look up to me and with the captain on my jersey.
Why did captain? You talked a lot about that captain meaning a lot to you. Why has that meant so much to you, being a captain?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say it mean that much to me at the end of the day, because I still have respect for my teammates. You know, it's just they picking it too. So like, it's not like I'm going around being like y'all pick me for captain and stuff like that. So like, I never really had a desire to really want to be a captain because I know I'm a quiet guy. I like to sit back and observe stuff. So, but I didn't really mind being captain. You know, so I mean, I just took it and ran with it.
There's been a lot of talk about Joe Burrow will come back if the team wins the next couple. He might not if they don't. You know Joe really well. What do you think Joe wants to do, regardless of what happens the next 2-3 weeks?
I'm pretty sure Joe wants to be out there. We could look at preseason game. He was out there in preseason game, so he wants to be out there.
Do you think he's a little crazy in some ways?
Yeah, not a little. Yeah.
It just, I mean, people see him rehab over and over again the way it's been and how aggressive he is, and then here he is, and he's almost back already. I mean, is it mind blowing to you?
Pretty much a little bit. It was pretty fast. I didn't expect it to be so fast. When I seen him getting dressed for practice, my first thing in my head was, I just remember telling y'all like he need to go get ready to come back, and shit, he's already back. So it happens fast. Blink of an eye, I can say that.
So his competitive nature makes him crazy. Other things as well, all of it.
I think his personality makes him unique. The way he approaches the game makes him crazy. How much he loves the game makes him crazy. That's how much passion he has behind it, and nothing's wrong with that. He just wants to win, and you know you need people around you like that.
You were one of the ones that was vocal in 23 about him taking his time to come back off the calf. He came back early anyways. This time around, do you give him any extra advice about, hey, how to handle it? Or, I mean, now that you've been through before, how do you deal with it?
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't mad about what he's doing, how he's doing it at the end of the day. At the end of the day, when stuff like that happens, I'm trying to look out for my brother. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we all have a say-so on how we want to go about continuing a process from an injury. So I'm just being a brother and giving on positive energy.
Have you seen things this year, Jamar, defensively that you have not seen before?
No, not really. Casey did a lot of stuff. If I'm being honest, Casey did a lot of stuff. So I want to say shout out to Casey for showing me a lot. So
Joe Flacco was talking yesterday, telling us that he has seen things this year with you and T, double-double, that he has never seen before. Very unusual.
No, Casey did everything first. 100%, yeah. They threw everything at us first.
You're going up all these, lists. I know you don't really care, but you're going up with these, these names, pass. Are there any of these great receivers that you mentioned with that kind of intrigue you that you never saw, that you keep, maybe you heard something about them, and you want to know something more about them, or anything that?
Trying to put me on spot right now, but I mean, not really. I mean, I grew up watching highlight tapes all day. I never had a chance to have a conversation with a professional athlete growing up. So I never wanted to put myself in that position because I never had a chance to. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind asking like Keenan Allen some questions. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a guy you'd like to have lunch with?
I mean, I wouldn't want to go to lunch with them, no. I just want to sit down in the film room, watch some film, though, yeah. I wouldn't mind doing that, but
Yeah. But Keenan Allen's a guy.
he would be one of the guys, though, yeah.
Anybody else?
Cooper Kupp, yeah.
Well, you played against Cup.
Yeah, but it's a little different when you're playing against him, because when you're playing against him, majority of the time you're trying to watch the defense, not him, so it's like you're watching him, but you're watching the defense, too.